So today we're going to go over some American myths that we just don't believe anymore after living in Mexico. These are myths that were like ingrained into us since childhood through school and everything. And when you leave the country, you begin to realize not only these myths, they're just nonsense. They're just
Yeah,
propaganda talking points that really nobody should believe.
yeah.
So let's check some of these out and discuss them.
Let's get into it. Hey guys, we're Paul and Natasha with Nomadic-AF. Today we are going to be talking about American myths that we do not believe anymore after we lived in Mexico. And how a lot of these are pretty ridiculous. And people in America, in the United States, do believe these, and
Yeah.
maybe they shouldn't.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about why we don't believe them anymore after leaving the country. So let's check it out.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to move to the USA.
Yeah. No, that's
No,
not true.
that's not true at
There
all.
wouldn't be a million expats in Mexico, for example, if that were the case.
Right? And I think what they're saying is Mexicans are trying to get into the USA, but
Yeah.
even that's not the case. So the people that are trying to come into the USA are from South America, Central America,
So yeah,
and they're coming up through Mexico because that's
Yeah.
the border to the USA.
yeah,
But not everybody wants to move to the USA.
Yeah.
Trust me. Like this, especially in this time, that's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
yeah. The American dream just isn't what it used to be.
No, at all.
No.
Right. Your job is your identity.
This is a very American thing. It's definitely an American myth that I do not believe anymore.
I didn't even believe it when I lived there.
Yeah.
But now after being gone, who cares what your job is? If you're a CEO of somewhere and you're not happy and you hate spending time at work, hate spending time with your family, hate spending time doing everything,
No.
who cares what your job is?
Yeah, like here in Mexico, people talk about your interests, your family, and who you are. They don't. The first thing they ask you is not where do you work, what's your job.
I mean, that's what it is in the States. Every time you meet somebody new, that's the first question. Oh, what do you do for a living? Like, why? What kind of
Why?
worth does that put on me? You know, it's
Yeah.
just stupid.
It's
It
dumb.
really is.
Yeah. So another American myth that I no longer believe is that personal responsibility isn't your problem.
Yeah, in the U.S., no one takes responsibility for themselves. If you're
It's a blame culture.
it is a blame culture. If you slip and fall somewhere, that's somebody else's fault. That's not your fault for being clumsy.
Yeah, you're suing them.
Right. And that's how everything is. Where in Mexico, it's totally different. Or any other country you've ever visited, it's
Yeah.
totally different.
If you step in dog poop, you don't yell at your neighbor because you stepped in dog poop.
It's your fault.
It's your fault because you stepped in it.
Yeah, it's your fault for not watching where you're going.
Yeah.
But in America, nothing is your fault. Nothing. It's always somebody else's fault, and there's always somebody to blame.
And I think Americans could start taking some blame.
Yeah, if you were in another country and you pulled that, it would never ever fly.
No.
So the other misconception, which is a huge one, is U.S. has the best healthcare system in the world.
They are advanced, yes, but they're also expensive, confusing,
Inaccessible.
inaccessible. For example, my dad just got sick and he had to wait 3 or 4 weeks to get a doctor appointment. He was healthy again by the time his doctor appointment came around.
In Mexico, if we need a prescription, if we're sick, if we need to see a doctor, we can walk into almost any pharmacy and see a doctor for like
I think it's 50 pesos.
50
is
pesos.
yeah.
That's $2.50. They'll write you a prescription. They'll check for infections. They'll check all your vitals. They'll tell you what
Yeah.
you need to do
immediately.
and you can just walk right in. And
Yeah.
the U.S. healthcare system is a joke, and anybody think that that's the best place to go for healthcare is
No.
asinine.
Yeah.
Asinine.
And a lot of the Mexican doctors are trained in the United States.
Some
as
of them
well.
are, yeah. So, and it's the same med schools. You know what I mean? They're
It's-
learning the same thing. You're
Yeah.
just being scammed by the healthcare system in
Yeah.
America.
So another really big American myth that I no longer believe, and I used to, is that the USA is the safest place to live. Absolutely not.
Not even close. It is an
Yeah.
absolute joke of a place to live.
Yeah.
We left the United States in 2013. We've been traveling all over Mexico, Central America, South America.
Yeah.
The U.S. is the least of all those places safe to live, because while Mexico might get a bad rap for the violence, This is cartel violence on cartel.
Yeah.
If you're not dealing drugs or being involved with the cartel, the likelihood of you running into problems is like
Nil.
nil.
And they're also tourism based economically, so they depend and thrive on tourists coming here. So if there's tourist crime, it's not good for that.
No, and the United States is the least safe country we've ever been to. There are shootings in schools, shootings in movie theaters, crazy MAGA people storming the Capitol. Like,
Yeah.
it is the least safe place. And the day we left in 2013, we ordered a pizza because we didn't have any food in the house, and our pizza driver got shot at on our patio in the United States. And we lived in a nice area.
It was terrifying.
It was terrifying, and nothing like that has happened in the 13 some years we've been gone. So,
and safety as a woman, as if I'm just walking down the street in the United States, I could even be in a good neighborhood and I'll cross the street if I see like a guy or something walking at me, and I do not do that here in Mexico. I just feel much safer.
The USA is not safe. Don't let anybody pretend it is.
Yeah.
All right. Next myth: Americans are the most patriotic people.
No.
Man, that is a joke. Just because you're putting on American flag boxers and carrying a Confederate flag and yelling Trump from your pickup truck does not make you patriotic.
No. And if you've ever been to Mexico, you would know that this is not the case. Mexicans are extremely patriotic.
They love their country and their country people. Yeah. Whereas the patriotic people in America, they only love the people who are just like them. They don't care about America or all of Americas. They only care about the white, middle-class, patriotic Americans that they live in their neighborhood with.
Yep.
Whereas Mexico and Costa Ricans and Panamanians and
Nicaraguans,
especially Colombians, they're all way more patriotic than the Americans in the United States. They just show it in a different way that's all inclusive of everybody. So Americans are a joke when it comes to patriotism, a joke.
Okay, so another American myth that I do not believe anymore, and another one that I used to think was true, is the USA is the best country for retirement. Now that we live in Mexico, I definitely don't think so, because your money will go so much further abroad.
Yeah, you can buy beautiful houses near the beach for like 60 grand, right? Your dollar will stretch so far here. And in the USA, you're dealing with medical care. It could take you weeks to get an appointment. I mean, it is a joke.
Here we know plenty of people that have live-in medical help. That they would not be able to afford in the United States at all.
Right. And where are you going to go for retirement in the United States? Florida? I mean, that place is a shithole.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry, but why would you retire?
He was born and raised there.
I was born and raised in Florida, so it's terrible. But it is not even, I would say, in the top 20 countries to retire. There are so many better places.
Absolutely.
This is a good one here. This 8th myth that you just... it is so prevalent in the United States is you can live without central heat and air conditioning.
Yeah, and when I was a kid, I was ingrained to think that people that didn't have central AC or heat were poor.
Yeah. And that's not the case. We have lived all over Mexico. I mean, granted, we have a room or two here in our house that's air conditioned.
Yeah.
And it's the beginning of July, and we've never, ever turned the air conditioning on. It's like people in Texas, they're like, oh my God, I can't live without my air conditioning. And it's considerably hotter in Mexico, and many of us don't bother.
And it doesn't make sense to be outside and get hot and then go into the freezing cold air conditioning, and you get hotter and hotter and colder. It just sucks.
Americans are a little pansy-ish when it comes to that. They need their perfect little temperature, and they are going to complain if they have to go outside.
And it's also kind of funny because we live in Central America and Mexico a lot, and even South America, and people just acclimate, and it's more of an outdoor lifestyle than what there is in the United States.
Where Americans are locking themselves in the house and watching TV.
Exactly.
Mexicans are out on the street, sitting down, having
cafes, socializing
with their neighbors. So
It's
You
not
can live
necessary.
without it. You don't need a $400 electric bill. Our electric bill this month was
61 pesos.
$3.
Yeah. Okay, so another really big American myth that I no longer believe is that American conveniences do not exist elsewhere. Maybe 10, 15 years ago they didn't, but now you can get Amazon delivered to your door. Mexico, for example, has tons of big box stores,
Costco's.
Walmart, Costco's, Sam's Club.
You can get anything here in Mexico that you can get in the States, and it will be considerably less expensive.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have any more conveniences in the United States than any other country has. We can go to any country and get the same exact things you can, probably at a better price.
Yeah, or you could just change your lifestyle and need less.
Yeah, not true. Yeah. All right. 10th American myth that we just do not even believe anymore about America is the American dream can only happen in America. And that's nonsense. It's stupid, as a matter of fact, because they're trying
Yeah.
to keep you in a country to tax you, and
Yeah.
you're miserable. Like, what do you want? The house, the cars, the boat, the job, the blah blah blah.
What you're getting is the debt.
Yeah, that's not a dream. To work 30, 40, 50, 60 hours a week for a house you can barely afford is not a dream.
Yeah.
We come to
And
Mexico.
that debt keeps you in the United
It
States
does.
as well.
It does. We come down to Mexico, we have zero debt. We have no house. We have no car. Like, we've owned our own businesses, which is
Yeah.
part of the American dream. We've owned a restaurant, we've owned a bar, we've
Yeah.
owned a writing company, we've owned
Our monthly expenses are nil.
less than 1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the American dream, it's just a myth. Like, you can do the American dream anywhere. You can have your house, your cars, your job, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Everywhere is available for that.
Yeah,
Everywhere.
and I just read that the United States is like number 23 or something on the latest happiness report. So
Yeah, 23. That's where your American dream is getting you, is you are 23rd in the nation in happiness.
Nope.
Mexico beats you.
All right, guys, those were 10 American myths that we do not believe anymore after living in Mexico. If you have a difference of opinion, please let us know in the comments below because we'd love to hear it. And if you have any other myths that you don't believe anymore after living in Mexico or just abroad, we're also down to hear those too.
Yep. All right. Till next time.
Bye.
Lates.